$4.93 a month, 0 down, 0.99% APR.
Dial pound 250 on your cell and say that keyword SolarMax, pound 250 SolarMax, or go to solarmaxtech.com.
Monthly payment available on Approved Credit, CSLB number 97204.
At Cedars-Sinai, our commitment to excellence defines everything we do. That's why we're ranked number 1 in California for orthopedics by U.S. News and World Report. That means the best care for your chronic joint pain, specialized treatment for your complex fractures, and the best orthopedic specialist for your hip replacement. And with many locations throughout Southern California, from the Valley to the OC, the orthopedic care you need is close by. Call 1-800-CEDARS-1 to learn more. Cedars-Sinai, we're right here.
California's become a very scary place. Criminals have more rights than victims. Violent predators are let out of prison early. Police are under attack. And in L.A., George Gascon rules as king. As district attorney, Gascon repeatedly put violent criminals' rights above our families. What he calls criminal justice reform is really criminal destruction of our neighborhoods.
A stunning rebuke of L.A. County District Attorney George Gascon. L.A. County prosecutors overwhelmingly support the recall.
I'm Nathan Hoffman. It's no wonder over 800 deputy district attorneys in more than 30 cities want Gascon removed from office. Gascon's policies endanger public safety and put our families at risk. As Attorney General, I will stop Gascon's reckless policies. My job will be to help make our neighborhoods safer. Nothing will ever be more important than that.
Nathan Hoffman, an Attorney General.
Call Service Champions for their $88 professional AC tune-up at 833-777-7777.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
KFI.
More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640. Bill Handel here on a Thursday morning, May 26th. We continue with Handel on the news, Jennifer, Wayne, and me.
Before we get into this really fast, can I put a plea out there? I know that across the country today, schools are preparing for a walkout. So remember the March for Our Lives that came out after the shooting in Florida?
Sure.
And apparently there has been some sort of activism online by that same group, and the idea is at noon Eastern today, so 9 o'clock our time, to have kids walking out of the school. I haven't seen anything yet locally, but I'm just asking if parents or students who are listening this morning, could you hit me up on Twitter, JJLKFI? I'm just curious if we're going to see this kind of thing in Southern California today. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys.
No, not a problem. It's important stuff.
What do we want? I'll have to fill it in for you.
Antiviral drugs.
Paxlovid. When do we want it? Now.
When do we get it? Now.
Well, sooner, I guess, rather than later. According to the White House, they announced some more steps to make this antiviral treatment more accessible. The first federally backed test-to-treat site is opening today in Rhode Island, and that is where you go in. If you test positive, they immediately give you Paxlovid. Now, I recall this whole test-to-treat program being announced what seems like an eternity ago.
Seems that way, and this is the
first one is opening?
And it's a pilot program. You know, before rolling it out on a national scale, this is big stuff. Not only in terms of its newsworthiness, but just in terms of implementing it. It's this massive program.
All right, when it comes to the COVID vaccine, you get it, and maybe you think to yourself, okay, so the deal is with the vaccine, it doesn't prevent me from getting it, but what it should do is keep me out of the hospital. It's going to keep my symptoms less severe than they would be. However, new research shows that a vaccination isn't going to protect you from long COVID. So say you still get COVID, and maybe even your symptoms are very mild, the effects, the long COVID effects, could still linger in you, vaccination or not.
This reminds me of early days of the pandemic where it didn't exist, remember, among a lot of people. Now, it's not a question of denying the existence of COVID, but since if you are boosted, you don't have to be careful, you don't have to do social distancing, you don't have to wear a mask, because even if you get COVID, There's almost no chance of hospitalization. If you get boosted, there's very little chance of hospitalization or death. It just doesn't exist. But the long COVID, everybody's ignoring. That's the problem. No one is concerned about long COVID. It's, I don't even care if I get COVID because I'll just be mildly sick or I'll be asymptomatic. Well, they're finding out getting COVID is no small thing in terms of long COVID.
In fact, the researchers say over 32% had long COVID symptoms up to 6 months after they were a breakthrough infection. So this is somebody who had been vaccinated, was a breakthrough, they got COVID. 32% of those people had long COVID symptoms up to 6 months after being infected.
Yeah, and some of these long COVID symptoms, which are permanent in certain cases, are a mess. And I mean, they are far-reaching respiratory problems forever, heart problems. Now, the chances are pretty slim, but they're there.
Tell me, guys, if you think this number seems high or low or just about right. Let's Goldilocks this. The FDA, from 2016 to 2021, so we're talking about a 5-year period, they took 130 enforcement actions against counterfeit medication schemes.
Super low, not enough.
What's your question again?
Well, does that seem low?
Oh, no, it doesn't seem... No, it doesn't seem high. I believe that's how many they took. However, relative to how many are out there, it is a drop in the bucket in terms of the counterfeit that's out there. Go buy a Kobe Bryant jersey. You know how many there are out there? Thousands of them.
Okay,
yeah. You know that you go to churches around the world and they have slivers of the original cross. Catholic churches, they have little pieces of the original cross. There's enough for a lumberyard out there.
And it's the same with medication. So I mean, this highlights the problem where it is pervasive. Although a lot of this has to do with where you're getting your medications. There are a lot of people who will be perfectly happy to buy prescription medications off Craigslist.
Yeah.
Despite how absurd it seems that anybody would trust it, but they do.
Yeah. It's easy, it's cheap, people just do that, the desperation, because you're not going to get opiates from a doctor. I mean, those days are gone. And you're in pain, even people, and we're not talking about those people that are on the margins of society. We're talking about people like us who are in pain, a lot of pain. Doctors won't give opiates, and basically the medical community says just suck it up. You have to live with it. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got more. In the meantime, Jennifer, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
As I mentioned earlier, schools across the nation are apparently preparing for a walkout in just a few hours. There's a youth activist group asking students to walk out at noon Eastern time to pressure lawmakers to come up with stricter gun laws after Tuesday's shooting in Texas. President Biden is promising the most significant police reform in decades. He signed an executive order yesterday, exactly 2 years after George Floyd's murder. And an Emmy-nominated actress is making history as the first transgender Barbie. Laverne Cox says she can't believe she's been turned into an iconic doll. We'll get a look at your drive with VKFI in the Sky in the 15 in just a moment.
If you bought or leased a new car after 2015 and it's not working well and you've gone back repeatedly for repairs, your car may be a lemon. So let me introduce you to the Knight Law Group. They'll help you get rid of your lemon and get your money back. And you pay nothing out of pocket. Call the Knight Law Group for a free consultation, and these folks know what they're doing. Call 844-43-LEMON, 844-43-LEMON. Visit knightlaw.com. That's Knight with a K, knightlaw.com.
From the driveway.com Weather Center, mostly sunny and cooler today with highs from the mid-60s to right at 90. This report is brought to you by Discover. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places like the 15.
Well, you put tough one now. Cajon Pass, coming southbound now. South 15, a little bit past Oak Hill, a bad crash. Left on the spark, that means you'll have to block more needs to clear it. South 15 is backed up through Finland, Maine. Now, there's no easy alternate here, as I'm sure you know. That'll cost you some time. Might want to make the call. Now, two long plane problems quickly. South 710 Long Beach Boulevard. Only the two-rider open to back up 105 and go into LAS. Westbound 105 Vermont is past the 110. Only the corporate lane is open for everybody. These are both fatality investigations. Have a lot more coming up. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
If you're a valued customer, you deserve a simple gesture of appreciation from your credit card company. And that's why Discover matches all of the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Finding a great hire can be a challenge. That's why there's Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child, or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Chef Fabio Viviani has arrived. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Prime Cup is open. Steakhouse meats and Brazilian churrasco.
Number 2.
Toscano is open. Try the seafood tower and oysters on the half.
And the number 1 reason.
The Marketplace is open. It's an elevated all-you-can-eat casino dining experience you've got to try today. The Marketplace is open.
Morongo, good times.
Cutting dental, simply the best. Cutting dental, simply the best.
Over 35 million Americans have some level of dental anxiety just thinking of the dentist. Your heart pounds, your palms sweat, and you lose sleep at night before an appointment. Cunning Dental specializes in people that have severe dental anxiety. They will soothe all of your fears and do your dental work while you sleep with a gentle twilight sleep or full anesthesia. They can repair years of neglect in 1 or 2 appointments. You will simply wake up to a new, beautiful smile and good dental health. They do it all. Dental implants, crowns, root canals, full smile makeovers, and the new permanent teeth in just 1 day. They've been building smiles for over 53 years and are a veteran-owned business. Now get $1,000 off major treatments. Restrictions apply. A free exam, x-rays, and CT scan. Call 1-888-640-SMILE. 1-888-640-SMILE. Cunning Dental, making smiles great since 1968.
Cutting dental, simply the best. Cutting dental, simply the best.
Hey all, it's Dean Sharp. Are you looking to sell your home in 2022? Well, congratulations, that's a big deal. For most of us, it's the biggest deal of all, so let's make sure you get everything out of it that you can. Before you get ready to list, make sure you call the good folks at Revive. Revive's business is to maximize your home's sale value. How? By guiding you through market-critical upgrades before you sell. It's like flipping your own home, except Revive fronts the cost and guarantees the result. Yeah, you heard me right. No money out of pocket and a higher selling price guaranteed. You can list higher and sell faster in just a few short weeks. In fact, the average homeowner sees $160,000 in additional profit. This is a no-brainer. Revive has created an easy, stress-free way to maximize your greatest asset, your home. So are you thinking about selling? Well, you can settle or you can see what's possible. To get started, visit iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
This woman had a baby on an airplane.
You know there's a bunch of a-holes on the plane going, how late are we going to be?
If you just please stay in your seat.
No!
The Tim Conway Jr. Show.
Come on! I gotta get the Starbucks!
Weeknights at 6 on KFI.
KFI, AM 640 Handle here. Morning crew on a Thursday morning, May 26th. Let's finish Handle on the news. Jennifer, Wayne, and me.
Well, a judge has found 3 LAPD officers factually innocent of filing false gang reports. Remember, these allegations, they say, would have been career killers for sure. All of them had been charged with felonies, and they were found factually innocent yesterday.
Yeah, the issue, of course, was the filing of false release reports. You remember that story, calling people gang members who were not gang members.
They said they were on the database of Cal gangs, but they really weren't.
And so, Wayne, I'm going to let you explain what factually innocent means.
What factually innocent means that they did not do anything that would fit any of these crimes that they are accused of. This problem is, the thing that these cops were in trouble for was allegedly saying that people they stopped had admitted that they were gang members when they hadn't. And originally the story was there was body cam footage and other things that proved that these people had not admitted that they were gang members, so it looked really bad. But then it turned out that there was a lot of confusion about what the department's policy even was for when you put somebody in the database and when you don't. And so this became more about, hey, these officers were doing the best they could, and you will never be able to demonstrate that they did anything on purpose. But it sounds more like poor leadership at the command level at LAPD.
Now, factually innocent, I'm going in a different direction, is the judge or a jury saying it's not a question of there wasn't enough proof to convict. It's not a question of reasonable doubt, therefore we won't convict. It's a question of they did not do it. They are innocent. And it's a declaration, a legal declaration. So you walk away, and that's about as innocent as you can get. Because there are people, if you're not convicted, it doesn't mean you're innocent. That means that there wasn't enough proof, or there was prosecutorial misconduct. Doesn't take away your innocence or guilt. This one is you're not guilty as a matter of law. And so,
as a matter of fact.
Yes, but that also becomes as a matter of law. It's a legal determination. Wait.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't want to have to tell this story. But a guy drove his car into a group of kids walking to school in Santa Ana, and now he has been charged with premeditated attempted murder by Orange County DA Todd Spitzer, and he's looking at 21 felonies. 7 counts of premeditated attempted murder, 7 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, and some other things as well. He just rode right into this group of kids from Taft Elementary, and 3 of them had to go to the hospital after being thrown in the air by the force of the collision.
Yeah.
And then somebody tried to, one of the mothers tried to confront the guy after he crashed the car, after he drove into these kids, and then he pulled out a knife. The bad guy is in the hospital with apparently a self-inflicted stab wound.
And there's a lot of geography here. If you're going to commit a crime of this nature, don't do it in Orange County. Do it in LA County. Because Orange County Todd is going to nail you. If you're going to kill someone, do it in Wisconsin. Don't do it in Texas. Because not only will you not get a lawyer to help you out, but they're going to fry you. It's geography. So think it through if you're about to commit a felony. Just look at a map of the United States. And sort of, no, probably not. And criminals generally don't do that anyway. Just making a point here. A bad point, I might add.
Well, we're only 2 days away. I think we're less than 48 hours away from another episode of Handle on the Lawn. Saturday morning.
Yes.
Right, remember the story of the guy who traveled from L.A. to Idaho to meet up with this girl that he had met online, and he ended up kidnapping her. She was 11 years old, and she was found in a hotel after the cell phone, I guess, it pinged, and they found that she'd been in communication with this guy's California phone number. Anyway, that guy now may avoid a long prison sentence in the case, because now they think that they're going to put him in this low offenders treatment program, and it'll be administered in prison over a 5 to 7 month span. And offenders who successfully complete the program are put on probation rather than finishing their sentence, their prison term. And this guy's prison term could be up to 25 years for kidnapping this 11-year-old girl.
You wonder, how did the judge do this? Well, I think the judge bought his story that the little girl was abused and this defendant was saving her. And as the judge said, he was young and naive. Therefore, go right ahead and kidnap minors and we'll let you off. Boy, is there controversy on this one. Right? 5 to 7 months for kidnapping
and
a minor.
Across state lines, so it's federal, right?
It could be, but it isn't.
But the Fed didn't.
I mean, in this case, it isn't. Maybe the feds will try to step in here.
And they might. It's so
and do
controversial.
something. I mean, I don't have a problem with low-risk offender programs that help people avoid prison. Not for behavior like this.
Yeah.
The only smart thing from a criminal justice standpoint here is that someone capable of that, maybe he has problems, maybe he could benefit from treatment, but the behavior itself is so dangerous that you err on the side of it taking longer for him to get the help that
You would think so. Also, I don't think there was an allegation of him sexually abusing this little girl.
No, I don't think
And I think that would have changed everything. Now, here's one that we've been following.
Oh, yeah, Josh Duggar of the famous Duggar family, 847 and counting, whatever they're up to now. He got 12 years in federal prison for child pornography that he never really has taken responsibility for. But it was too obvious that he had downloaded child pornography. And so there you go, 12 years.
General rule, and tell me this is not true, Wayne. If you are convicted, you want to go to federal prison as opposed to state prison. If you are on trial, you want a state trial versus a federal trial. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. If you're talking about how slim is the chance that you'll be acquitted or get a hung jury, the chance is fatter state trial.
By a long shot.
Yeah, but of course he did not get to choose.
No.
Who prosecuted him.
That's true. And we got a Johnny Depp story. That keeps on going.
Johnny Depp calls his ex-wife's claims of physical and sexual abuse insane, but really it was Kate Moss's testimony that everybody was watching yesterday. So Amber Heard had said that there were rumors of Johnny Depp pushing Kate Moss down some stairs when they were dating back in the 90s. Kate Moss took the stand yesterday to say not only did that not happen, Johnny Depp wasn't even there when it happened, and it was me who fell down some stairs. I think they were at a hotel, and there had been a rainstorm. She slipped down the stairs, and Johnny Depp actually came to her rescue.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Oh, by the way, he was a thesaurus yesterday. Ridiculous, humiliating, ludicrous, painful, savage, unbelievably brutal, cruel, and all false, as he described what happened. Good for him. Coming up, an update on what happened with Governor Abbott and being heckled by Beto O'Rourke. Jim Ryan, ABC News correspondent, joins us. Boy, that's a story, too, what happened yesterday. This is KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
No axes to grind here. What do you think we are, lumberjacks? How do you even grind an axe anyway?
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
New timeline. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. There are new facts now in the shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Authorities say the shooter spent 40 minutes to an hour inside the elementary school. They say he opened fire on anyone in front of him. ABC's Amy Robach says officials have confirmed a like unit killed the shooter, but not before he killed 19 children.
Mm-hmm.